It is the film of mine that I've done that is nearest and dearest to my heart, because I wrote the original script of this, because I wanted to work with Lindsay Anderson again, and after we won the Grand Prix at Cannes, I sort of put my arm around him walking down the Croisette and said, Linz, we're a great team, let's make another film together. He stopped, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He looked at me like I'd crawled out from a rock, and he said, if you want to make another film with me, I suggest you write it. And walked off, and I went, well, I will write it. I will. But I didn't realize how difficult writing film scripts was. So I came back to England, I came back to London, and I worked at it. I got 40 pages of synopsis and character, and I took it over to the great man. He sort of lived in a bed sitting room. Books piled everywhere, and mementos and photographs, real ones, of him at Oxford and at Cheltenham College and in the rowing team, the debating society, all the rest of it, and all these wonderful photographs. It was like a film set. He took the script, lay on his bed. I was sitting by the fire in an armchair, and I remember very distinctly he was moaning and groaning as he was reading it. Halfway through it, he said, is this supposed to be a comedy? I said, look, for God's sake, yes, it is a comedy. Of course, you don't have a sense of humor because you're from the south of England, I'm from the north, and we know what humor's about. He said, actually, I'm a Scot. Yeah, thank you. I said, you're only a Scot when the bill comes at the end of the meal. There are some Scots around here, I think, and they know what I'm talking about. No, but anyway, he read it, and when he read it, he said, Malcolm, it's not very good, is it? And I said, actually it is, Lindsay. It's really good, and it's going to be your next effing film. He said, really? Then you'd better call David Sherwin. Now, David Sherwin was the man that wrote If. So I called David, and I said, David, would you read this and tell me what you think, honestly? So he read it. He came into the room where we were cooking up a meal or something for dinner, and he came and he said, Malcolm, it's bloody marvelous. I think it's really funny. And I went, well, it's probably because you're from the north. He said, well, I'm not actually, but anyway, I want to work on it. And we worked on it for the next 3 or 4 years, and eventually we got it made, and there you are. And you know, it's one of these films which is a flawed masterpiece, but it's my favorite film that I've ever made. Anyway, thank you.